Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online class biology session. The famous biologists and their discoveries. We are discussing about the chronological discoveries in biology. Okay, who is he, children? He is the Aristotle, father of biology. Okay, did you identified him? So let us proceed. Biological discoveries. In 1898, Camillo Golgi discovered Golgi apparatus in the nerve cell of owl. Okay, so what is Golgi apparatus means? It is one of the important cell organelle. Secretary in function. So it was discovered by Camillo Golgi in 1898. So it is also called as Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. Okay. In 1899, Altman introduced the term nucleic acids to replace nuclein. Okay, previously it was called as nuclein, but in 1899 Altman introduced the term nucleic acids. DNA, RNA, they are called nucleic acids. In the same 1899, Adolf Engler and K. Prandtl, together published the plant classification, Dinaturalism system. Okay, Fiangen family system. It was introduced by a plant classification introduced by Engler and Prandtl. It's an artificial system of classification where the plants are classified. Okay, and see the famous classifications in the plant. In the previous class we have studied about the Bentham and Hooker's classification, natural system of classification, Hutchinson system of classification. Like that, the plant classifications, there are many plant classifications have been introduced. Who is the father of taxonomy? Engler and Prandtl system of classification. So it is one of the prime systems of plant taxonomy or plant classification. The Engler system was devised by Adolf Engler and is featured in two major taxonomic texts. Okay, so according to this Engler and Prandtl, both the classification in 1886 they have started, like Bentham and Hooker. So Engler is also conceived the idea of providing the details of his taxonomic system. Okay, it is the phylogenetic system of classification. The system of classification introduced by Engler and Prandtl is phylogenetic system. Okay, the phylogenetic system of classification introduced by Engler and Prandtl. So monocots and dicots, they were divided into different orders and families according to this phylogenetic system. In 1900, rediscovery of Mendel's laws was done by Erich Schermak, Karl Correns and Hugo de Vries. These three scientists together, they rediscovered the Mendel's laws of inheritance. In 1901, the mutation theory studies on a plant Oenothera lamarckiana. Okay, the theory of mutation proposed by Hugo de Vries. Okay, he is in the 19th century. Hugo de Vries proposed the dye mutation theory. In 1901, Joly and Merbach, parthenogenesis, the phenomena of parthenogenesis. The parthenogenesis is nothing but a kind of fertilization where the reproduction from an ovum without fertilization. Okay, generally the fertilization takes place, male and female gametes unite to form the zygote. So the reproduction from an ovum without fertilization, especially as a normal process in some invertebrates and lower plants. Okay, it is called as parthenogenesis. In animals also it is seen, that is in aphids, insects. Okay, without fertilization. Parthenocarpy in plants, one hormone gibberellin, it promotes parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy means production of seedless fruits. If fertilization occurs, fruit is formed, seeds are formed. Without fertilization means the seedless fruits are produced. Okay, that is used in the horticulture. Next, in 1902, C.E. McClung, okay, the scientist by name C.E. McClung, identified the sex chromosomes in grasshopper. Okay. Next, 1902, chromosome theory. Sutton and Boveri, they proposed the chromosome theory. Next, 1904, Blakeslee discovered heterothallism in Mucor. Heterothallism in Mucor. What is heterothallism means? Heterothallism is a phenomenon in which the fungal hyphae, the heterothallic species means having the different individuals. It is distinguished heterothallic fungi, two compatible partners to produce the sexual spores from homothallic ones which are capable of sexual reproduction. So a kind of sexual reproduction in the fungi, particularly in the Mucor. The heterothallism is a phenomenon shown. It was discovered by Blakeslee in 1904. In 1905, William Bateson coined the term genetics. The meaning is the study of inheritance or the study of transfer of characters. Okay, study of heredity and variations is called genetics. In 1905, Robert Koch, the microbiologist, the term microbiology was coined by Robert Koch, and he gave the Koch postulates of germ theory. Robert Koch and along with Louis Pasteur together proposed germ theory based on the postulates of germ theory only. Louis Pasteur introduced pasteurization, and okay, he is considered as the father of microbiology. But the Robert Koch is the person who introduced the term microbiology, and he also given the postulates for germ theory. In 1905, name meiosis was coined by Farmer and Morey. Meiosis is a kind of cell division. Okay, cell division basically divided into three main types: amitosis, mitosis, and meiosis. Meiosis means reduction division. It is an essential cell division which is required for sexual reproduction for the production of gametes. Okay. In 1908, Winkler Winkler proposed apomixis. He proposed the phenomenon. What is that? Apomixis. The apomixis, there are several types are there in the apomixis. Apomixis was defined by Hans Winkler. It is a replacement of the normal sexual reproduction by asexual reproduction. See the phenomenon. The replacement of the normal asexual reproduction by normal sexual reproduction by asexual reproduction. Here also without fertilization, because only fertilization seen in the sexual reproduction. So here the replacement of sexual reproduction by asexual reproduction without fertilization. So it is called apomixis. In Greek, apo, away from, mixing, these two terms together called as a apomixis. Okay, it is a kind of reproduction in which the plants show this sexual reproduction is replaced by asexual reproduction. Here also fertilization is prevented, apomixis. In 1909, William Johanson coined the term gene. Gene is the unit of heredity. The functional unit of chromosomes is called genes, nothing but DNA, genetic material. Next, in 1915, R.M. Willstater, he introduced the structure of chlorophyll molecule. It is a porphyrin structure. It is an organic molecule which possesses the magnesium inside, okay, and which is the key for the photosynthesis. Chlorophyll is required for photosynthesis. In 1915, Twart and D. Herrle, they discovered bacteriophage. Bacteriophage is a virus which attack bacteria, and which reproduce in bacteria, or which kill the bacteria, bacteriophages. Next, the virus are different types. Saccharophages, which attack the yeast. Okay. So in 1920, Garner and Allard work on photoperiodism. So means the phenomenon in which photoperiodism, it is a simplest, it can be seen in the plants. Okay, they are based on this photoperiodism only. The plants are day plants, okay, and the plants are classified based on this photoperiodism also. Okay, you will study in the higher classes. Next, let us proceed. 1921, C.C. Bridges discovered the duplication, deficiencies and translocations in chromosomes. Okay, means so he did a lot of work on the chromosomes and discovered so many concepts: duplication, replication, or translocations of in the chromosomes. Means these process will take place at the time of cell division and at the time of sexual reproduction. So he studied in different organisms and introduced the concepts of duplication of chromosomes, deficiency of chromosomes, and translocation of chromosomes. In 1924, Fuelgen and Rosenberg did a very important work. That is, they introduced a reagent which is used to stain the DNA in the cells. Okay, the DNA is present inside the nucleus in the chromatin material. So they introduced a stain, Fuelgen reagent. Okay, Fuelgen and Rosenberg, they introduced the way of staining the DNA in the cells. In 1924, Oparin, scientist, he introduced the origin of life, the materialistic theory, how the life is formed on this earth. So it was several experiments were made by this scientist, and he proposed the origin of life. Next, in 1926, T. Swedberg invented ultracentrifuge, for which he got the Nobel Prize. Invented ultracentrifuge. So, in order to study the clear-cut structure of cell, so many operators or equipments are required. Okay, see, ultracentrifuge is also required to study the internal structure of the cell. It was introduced by Swedberg in 1926. In 1926, another scientist by name H.W. Wendt, okay, he carried out experiments on a plant Avena sativa, and he did the test. The test is the name of the test is Avena sativa curvature test. Okay, and this is the phenomenon of phototropism, means the movement of the plant towards the light he observed. And what is the reason for the movement of the plant towards the light? He identified by experimenting. So what he has discovered is some chemical substance which is present at the tip, below the tip of the stem, is responsible for the movement of the plant towards the light. That only, Avena curvature test. So that is also called coleoptile test. He decapitated the coleoptile or growing tip of the stem and observed the growth. The growth was not normal. But when he replaced that coleoptile, the growth was more compared to when he decapitated that coleoptile. Okay, by means of that, later F.W. Wendt proposed that the substance which is present is auxin. Auxin is a Greek word. The meaning is to increase. To increase. Okay, children, so many scientists sacrificed their life and they discovered and invented many things. Okay. Next, another important discovery in the biological studies. 1928, Griffith was a scientist. He introduced transformation in pneumococcus bacteria, reproduction in bacteria, pneumococcus. In 1929, Alexander Fleming, he discovered the first antibiotic, penicillin, the antibiotic from a fungi by name Penicillium notatum. Penicillium notatum. In 1929. Nowadays, in olden days, when these antibiotics and vaccines were not discovered, the death rate was more. So now the birth rate increased and death rate decreased because of the antibiotics and vaccines. Okay. In 1930, once again, Fuelgen and Behrens, these two scientists together discovered RNA, ribose nucleic acid, in the cells. In 1931, Jernaik, they studied phase contrast microscope. Okay, they invented phase contrast microscope. This is also again useful in the study of internal structure of living things. Okay. In 1931, O.H. Warburg. O.H. Warburg. What is his study? Respiratory pigments and enzymes. Most important discovery in 1931 by Warburg. Respiratory pigment, that is hemoglobin, hemocyanin, hemoerythrin, like that so many respiratory pigments are present in the animals. Okay. And enzymes. Enzymes are the biocatalysts. They enhance the rate of reaction without undergoing any change. Okay. That was discovered by Warburg. These enzymes participate in the biochemical reactions like digestion, respiration. Okay. Next, in 1931, another important discovery by Van Niel. Van Niel, the photosynthesis in sulfur bacteria, that is called chemosynthesis or chemoautotrophs. Okay, sulfur bacteria, instead of water molecule, hydrogen sulfide is used for the photosynthesis. And he also, Van Niel, proposed that in the photolysis of water, oxygen originates from water. Actually, the photolysis of water was discovered by H.W. Wendt. No, Robert Hill. Okay. Photolysis of water was introduced by Robert Hill in the light reaction of photosynthesis. But he didn't mention about from which this oxygen is produced. Oxygen is produced from the water molecule. It was clearly explained by Van Niel. In 1932, electron microscope, the major invention in 1932, that is Knoll and Ruska. They introduced the electron microscope, which changed the entire scenario of cellular biology or molecular biology. Electron microscope, which magnifies the size of very minute organisms also, and which we can able to see with the help of this electron microscope. Bacteria, viruses, very minute. Okay. 1932, Knoll and Ruska introduced an electron microscope. Next, 1933, T.H. Morgan, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for the development of gene theory, the discovered linkage in the linkage of genes. Okay. He studied on the insect, Drosophila insect, and he introduced the linkage phenomenon, for which he got Nobel Prize. In 1934, Kogel and Hagen-Smith, they isolated IAA. IAA means indole acetic acid from human urine. Okay, it is a hormone. Actually, it is a plant hormone. It was extracted from the human urine in 1934 by Kogel and Hagen-Smith. In 1934, John Hutchinson put forward a theory, phylogenetic system of classification of the plant classification. Next, in 1935, James Danieli and Dawson, very important scientists, they proposed a molecular model of plasma membrane showing trilamellar structure. Okay, bilipid structure was most popular. Robertson introduced that plasma membrane, and James Danieli and Dawson, they proposed a molecular model of plasma membrane showing trilamellar structure. It is also most accepted. Okay, and 1935, Tansley he introduced the term ecosystem. The term ecosystem was introduced by Tensley in 1935. In 1935, crystallization of the tobacco mosaic virus, TME virus. It was also done by Stanley. Okay. W.M. Stanley, crystallization of the tobacco mosaic virus in 1935. In 1937, Robert Hill, he demonstrated the release of molecular oxygen by illumination of isolated chloroplast in photosynthesis. Okay, that is photolysis of water. In 1937, Sir Hans Krebs explained citric acid cycle. It is one of the important phenomenon in the cellular respiration. It takes place in the mitochondria. Sir Hans Krebs in 1937, he introduced citric acid cycle. It is also called Krebs cycle. Okay. Next, 1938, Yabuta and Shumiki, they isolated the first gibberellin, a plant hormone, from a fungi called Gibberella fujicori. Gibberella fujicori. It causes a disease in the rice plant, foolish seedling disease. Okay. So this Gibberella fujicori, from which the important hormone extracted by Yabuta and Shumiki is gibberellin, 1938. So this gibberellin is used for converting a dwarf plant into tall plant. Okay. In 1941, Rubin and Kamen together used an isotope of oxygen to prove the photolysis of water in photosynthesis. So many researches were done on the photosynthesis. Okay. So Rubin and Kamen used oxygen 18 isotope to prove the photolysis of water in photosynthesis. Next, in 1944, Beadle and Tatum, very important, they did research on the neurospora, and they proposed a theory, a concept, one gene, one enzyme theory. One gene, one enzyme concept was introduced by Beadle and Tatum. In 1944, Claude, he discovered microsomes. In the cells. In 1944, Avery, MacLeod, McCarthy, these three scientists together proved that DNA is a genetic material. DNA as a genetic material. Next, in 1945, Waxman, he introduced antibiotics, streptomycin, and used the term antibiotic. In 1945, Waxman, he introduced the streptomycin and used the term antibiotic, for which he got the Nobel Prize. In 1945, Porter and Thompson, two scientists together, they discovered endoplasmic reticulum. You have to remember the Porter. The endoplasmic reticulum was discovered first by him, and it was supported by Thomson also. It is an important organelle present in the cell, attached to the nucleus. It exists in two forms, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. In 1946, J.B. Sumner, he crystallized the first enzyme urease. The enzyme urease was crystallized by J.B. Sumner in 1946. In 1946, J.H. Northorpe and W.M. Stanley, these two scientists, they purified the enzymes and virus proteins were purified by these two scientists. Who are they? Northrop and Stanley. In 1946, H.J. Muller, he studied X-ray, he introduced the X-ray induced mutations and got the Nobel Prize. Okay, X-ray induced mutations. 1946, Lederberg and Tatum, these two scientists, they studied the sexuality in bacteria, sexual reproduction in bacteria, conjugation. Next, 1951, Wilkins, X-ray diffraction studies of DNA. M.H.F. Wilkins, he studied, he used the X-ray diffraction in the study of DNA. In 1952, Hershey and Chase, they discovered that the DNA is an infective part of bacteriophage. DNA as a infective part of bacteriophage. In 1953, H.A. Krebs, he got the Nobel Prize for the citric acid cycle, that is Krebs cycle. Okay, and so many discoveries, recent discoveries also. Children, you need to refer the science magazines to know the updates, or in the newspapers also. Whenever you come across the new inventions and discoveries related to the biology, you please note it down. Okay, make a habit. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.